Okay, so on this last example, the piecewise function is actually going to be broken up into three equations. So we'll want to be careful about this. So I'm going to try to color code this a little bit. So let's see, we'll do the first one in green. And so let's see, I need to plug in values that are less than or equal to -3. So I'm going to plug in like -5, and then I'm also going to plug in -3 because that's an endpoint I need to look closely at. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in for x right here. So -5 plus 1 is -4. And then let's see, -3 plus 1, that'd give us a -2. Now that key point right there is where that piece of the function ends, and we do include that point. So let me go ahead and plot that point real quick, and it's a closed circle. And then let's see, we have another point at -5, -4, down about right there. And so I'm just going to draw that line right there. So that is that piece of my piecewise function right there. Now, my next one is getting squeezed between -3 and 4, and we don't include those points, but we do need to put them in my table. So I do need to use -3, and I do need to use +4. Now, on this particular function, it's just a constant function right there. It just comes back as -1. Now, what's important about those points right here is those are endpoints that are not going to be included. So let's see, -3, -1, I'm going to do an open circle. And at 4, -1, I'm going to do an open circle. And then everything in between should be good, and it counts. So we just do a solid line going between. Okay, on my last one, I want to pick out values that are greater than or equal to 4. So I definitely want to use 4 because that's going to be the very beginning, and it is included. Now I could pick 5, but if I pick 5, then when I multiply by a half, I'll get 2.5, which is not a big deal. It's fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick 6 just so I can get whole numbers. So when I plug in 4, half of 4 is 2. Now once again, I'm gonna box that just because it's an endpoint, so I can keep track of that. And then let's see, 6 times a half is 3. So let's go ahead and plot this. So let's see, 4 up 2. We want to make sure we put a closed circle there. And then 6 up 3, that's where it continues on. It will continue on that pattern right there. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it and then put an arrow on the end right there. Okay. On on these particular examples, you will not have to worry about putting the range. But just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you real quick just to get some extra practice. So it goes down indefinitely, so it goes down to -infinity, but then we have to stop here at -2, and we do include -2 because it's a closed circle. And then if you see -1 will get included also up here. If you see that -1 on that blue line, so we'll include -1. And then also from 2 up to infinity, so then from 2 to infinity also. Like I said on the homework, they're not going to ask you for the range on the ones with 3 equations, but I figured it'd be nice to get a little extra practice. So that's the first part, the green line. Here, I'll underline it. So there's the green part, the blue part, and the purple part. That's where I got the ranges from. All right.